Yo, what's up? It's Saturday again, and it means the triangle is back. David Huffman, TJ Hopkins, Israel Rivera. How you guys doing today?
Tired.
Good.
Tired? Yeah.
Stayed up kind of late last night.
I know,
Yeah,
me too.
we're
Me
pretty-
too.
Yeah,
But what can you
pretty
do?
hungover over here.
It happens. it
JK
happens.
people, JK.
And then I had to go home. And,
Yeah, we're
JK
drink,
baby.
drink responsibly, please.
yes,
Please.
yes, please.
So NIU played Ohio State last week, and we were actually a pretty good game. We actually gave them a run for their money.
Not what we
Not,
expected.
not to mention, we could have won that game.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, I picked the 25-point blowout.
I picked 51-10 was going to be.
I picked the 21-point blowout.
So
yeah.
I mean, 3 touchdowns. But, man, they kept it really close. They kept it really,
Our
really
they
de-
kept it
our-
closer than people
expected.
expected.
But
Our-
they competed,
our
though, which is a great thing, though.
Our
They
defense was
competed.
big time.
Oh, defense definitely was big
like-
time. It was mixed with a little bit of inconsistency on the offensive end of Ohio State.
Which-
if they would have
If they just run the ball down why did they
if
just
they
run-
would have gave the ball to Ezekiel Elliott 30
Every
times or 40 times, they would have had like a 28-point.
they probably would have beat us by
Because
20
Yeah,
because
they
every
would've
time
probably-
every time Ezekiel
because-
Elliott ran the ball, he got a
Or-
first down. But every time
or close to it.
every time the quarterback dropped back, it was like 50-50 a pick.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
like-
it was ridiculous. The 2 quarterbacks from Ohio State.
Like
were
for
just-
NIU's defense to show up the way it did and create 5 turnovers against the nation's best team, basically, that says a lot. Because like I was expecting like a complete opposite. I was expecting our offense to put up some points and our defense to be like, but like be like halfway. And then like Ohio State is just gonna be Ohio State and just roll over us.
I mean, I
Like-
knew the offense wasn't going to put up points against Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you
why I
pretty
picked 10
much
points.
knew that. I mean, Drew Harris is a MAC quarterback. That's there's nothing really. I mean, if we had maybe Dan Lefevre back there, maybe one of those good, maybe one of those good MAC quarterbacks from back in the days. Maybe we like broke records and
Please,
stuff like that.
damn the fever.
Dan Lefevre definitely broke a lot of MAC records, and
Not
or
Jordan
like,
Lynch.
or
He was on the
or,
Bears for
or
a
Ben
while.
Roethlisberger.
Yeah,
Or
Big Ben. Yeah, why didn't you mention Big Ben?
I wouldn't
No.
even say Jordan Lynch would have got the job done against Ohio State.
Probably would have
but,
put up more than 13 points. Though.
I mean, the quarterback play, and along with I mean, he made a couple bad decisions. He threw a pick 6 in a critical moment of the game, and I
missed
mean,
block led to that, but we're not gonna get into that.
and a missed block. I mean, it was just bad execution all in all. But anyways, even with that, our defense still played very, very well.
Very
we even
well.
stuffed every time they would give the ball to Ezekiel Elliott, we would stuff him. So it was a very good effort defensively, but it was just poor
I
execution.
felt
and prime
offensively
points
because
for offense.
we were playing with house money at the point towards the end of the
Yeah.
game. I feel like you should have been more aggressive on offense.
Yeah, definitely. We should have been way more aggressive on offense. We should have been trying to get Kenny Galladay free. Probably just on the sidelines or even towards the middle or something, because he is a big body.
He is a big body, but to touch on that, like when he did have Galladay free, he missed the throw or like there was pressure.
I mean,
it's like they knew he was going to him, but it's just like.
But you also got to think about the nerves. You're in the horseshoe,
Yeah.
all 100,000 fans. You're playing against the number 1 team in the nation. Maybe
On
he was just a
national
little bit
TV.
nervous,
Yeah.
and he maybe overthrew certain throws, because Drew Hare has been relatively good. Over 70% completion percentage this season. I mean, he's been pretty accurate. So for him to miss those throws, there had to be some nerves involved.
There was a lot. Even though
for
it was
a young
early,
quarterback such as him.
even though it was early, there was a lot of firsts for Drew Brees. Why am I talking about Drew Brees? Anyway, Drew Hare in that game. He I think if I'm not mistaken, when he got sacked in Ohio State, that was his first time getting sacked all season, and he definitely threw his first interception all season in that game. So it was. I kind of feel like for a player like him who's not seen that level of talent
Drew
yet in his career, I kind of feel like once you get those first legitters out the way. I kind of expect.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to level out just a little
after
bit.
he got that little touchdown drive off the interception. Yeah. But it was just, you expected him. I mean, 2-minute drill to against the number 1 team in the nation.
But that's not all him,
the
though.
play calling was
that's
just
not
so
exactly.
The play calling was
Exactly.
not aggressive enough
Exactly.
in those situations.
But
Why would you punt the ball in
When
that
you
way?
got a 5'6" 5'8" Tommy Lee Lewis and another
I
guy.
understand, but just like you have like
these guys.
I think you should like at that point.
At this point, like you said, you're playing with house money.
You're playing with house money.
Very
Like
good.
nobody
I would go for
like
it.
even if like he was to throw like even if he was to throw a pick in that situation,
Right.
people would still say that NIU played really hard.
Yeah,
so
but
you might as well
people-
just go for broke. Like go for broke. Throw
mean,
it down the
go-
field.
yeah.
Just take chances.
Of course, he should have never went for like a 10-yard, out,
Yeah.
with Tommy Lee Lewis,
Yeah.
and right into double coverage because one of the cornerbacks playing the flat and another linebackers right over the top.
Not to
You know,
mention
right there,
Desiree Maxwell
or
missing
safety.
the block. So
I'm talking about even that last throw, when Drew Hare got the ball and he threw it to Tommy Lee Lewis on 4th down,
Yeah.
like stuff like that, So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're missing a big picture. Ohio State's defense is big time.
Oh yeah, like yeah, they're.
I mean, back to NIU, like
That's a team that they stuffed in
quite
that
a few
team scored,
times.
Yeah, 50-something points a game.
I mean, like to NIU, they play Boston College in like what, an hour?
An hour, yeah.
So-
We'll see what they do against them.
But Boston College doesn't have their quarterback. He got injured.
Yeah, they could beat Boston College.
We should beat them. We should beat
Yeah,
them.
we should definitely beat Boston College.
Yeah, they
Unless
don't
they're
have a
still
quarterback.
feeling the blues over not beating Ohio State.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset about that. Like, would I be upset that
No.
if I was on that team, would I be upset that we lost? Like,
No.
like a little bit, but it's like you
But
have
is
to
it-
think about it. It was like we hung in there with the nation's best. So
Not to mention that everybody expected us to lose by a lot more. Even the three of us thought we
we were 34.5 point underdogs going
Right.
into that game.
We almost pulled off one of the biggest upsets in college football history.
Yeah.
It would have been like it would like a top 5 upset.
Yeah,
Like,
that would have been a
This
top
probably
5
like if we
upset.
to beat Ohio State, this probably would have been bigger than Appalachian State beating Michigan way
Right.
back when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let me sneak one in here. I mean, I know that we were talking about Drew Hare. He is like one of those quarterbacks. I mean, I like his skill set. He's kind of tall and athletic. He could run around and he could throw a little bit. He's pretty accurate. He's like one of those quarterbacks that like how that one Oregon quarterback is. Benefit off of like going for your master's degree and extending your football career somewhere else. You know what I mean? That would be pretty. That would be right there in the plans. For Drew Hare to stay in college another 3 years, because then it might benefit him going into the next level.
I mean, he is in the business program here, so
Yeah.
he just might.
Yeah,
Never know.
he just might just transfer to like another school and.
So all in all, we're pretty proud of NIU the way they played.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We're proud of NIU. Good
they
job.
they,
Huskies.
they made a
job,
good
yeah.
showing. They made everybody on the school, like
Yeah.
the entire university, proud of being a part of that university.
Yeah.
So let's segue over to Ohio State and the quarterback play.
Oh man.
You brought up the fact that this might be the game where Cardell Jones is challenged.
I definitely
and
did.
He got exposed.
Yeah,
bad.
he definitely did.
He made
get
the
exposed.
two picks he threw were really bad. Like
Yeah.
Really
bad reads, like bad
one was-
location, bad touch on the football.
Sean Lurie made
Like
made
one
some
was
good plays, though.
one was an overthrow, and the other one he just didn't see Lurie. Like he didn't see him.
It's like you got to see that. You got to see the linebacker shedding over.
It's not. It didn't help the fact that he stared down his receiver the whole time. So
Well,
like,
I mean, you can make the argument that's what he's been doing basically.
The first one was just
the first one was just a terrible
throw.
overthrow.
That was just whoa, like whoa. Where was Cardell Jones throwing that?
So
ball?
if you are Urban Meyer now, you have a quarterback problem because JT Barrett came into the game.
And he threw a
It's
touchdown.
He didn't play that good either.
it's not like you could be like, hey Braxton, like I know we told you to switch to wide receiver, but we want you to go back to quarterback
Gee,
play.
no,
he can't do it
he can't
because
do
his
it.
arm,
His shoulders are-
shoulder,
both
won't
shoulders.
allow him.
Both shoulders.
They won't allow him to play quarterback. He can't throw the ball effectively. If he runs the ball out of the pocket and gets it, he's bound to get injured.
Okay, so do you think it's because they
you got to go with JT.
You got
So, but like,
gotta
do you
go
think
with
a lot
JT.
of the inconsistencies in JT Barrett's game was a lot because
JT
he
is
didn't
not
he didn't practice.
inconsistent. He
was-
played
he-
great last year.
The reason
and then he got
JT's
injured.
the
He was
reason
inconsistent in
JT
this game.
The reason he's inconsistent is because he's not getting.
He's not getting
The
the
first
reps.
team-
in
yeah,
practice.
that's what I was just about to
all
say.
the reps.
So if he was like practicing with the first team, you think he would have played better?
Definitely.
Definitely, when you saw JT get in the game,
Put it this
Ohio
way.
State's offense was better.
Put it this way. Back to the NIU Ohio
and
State
Urban Meyer
game.
knows that.
If he'd have stuck with Cardell Jones, NIU probably would have beat them.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yes, because he would have threw more interceptions. Because Cardell Jones,
Cardell,
I knew
he's
this.
so
He's a
inaccurate.
third string quarterback. He is not. He had a great run. He's like the Doug Williams for the
Yeah.
Washington Redskins. That's Cardell Jones. JT Barrett is their quarterback. They need to switch back. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Urban
Cardell
Meyer,
Jones.
switch him back.
Cardell
Give
Jones should have gone
You
pro.
have to give, and
No.
confidence is a factor
He would've-
too.
dude,
You
he's
can't do a quarterback system.
He's destroying his draft stock right
Who
now.
is?
Cardell Jones.
Cardell Jones.
He should have
But-
jumped. He should have
So
jumped.
you
He
mean to
should've
tell
definitely
you,
jumped
you
ship
mean to
after
tell me
that.
you
Yeah.
mean to tell me after playing 3 games of college football,
Dude, he
He
should
would have
have
been a third round pick.
Yeah, but dude, if he keeps playing like this, dude, he's not gonna get drafted at all.
Who says?
and not to
who
mention-
says he's coming out this year?
he's already been in the system for like a couple seasons.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is the last year of eligibility. Pretty sure. But if he keeps playing like this, dude, he's not even gonna get drafted. At least if he had jumped ship like last year, he would have definitely been picked somewhere. Somebody would have been like, man, this guy has got
You can't base a player
But
off of 3 games.
that happens a lot.
3 games.
That happens a lot.
3
No,
games.
but see, Urban Meyer, you
Come
can't
on.
do that. You can't be like, okay, Cardell Jones is, not playing well, so now let's switch quarterbacks. You can't do that all season.
Yeah.
You can't do that all
They have to-
season.
they
you
have
have
to-
to stick
Now, that's
with one
true.
definitive
you
quarterback.
You can't go week to week, and because everyone's gonna be asking like, okay, so
Who's
who's starting this week?
Who's the leader?
Who's
in
starting
your
this week? Like,
offense?
I don't know.
So, were the consensus JT Barrett should be their starting quarterback from this point forward?
Yes.
JT, I'm saying JT Barrett shouldn't have lost the job. Like he pretty much lost the starting job because he got hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
And then
But
Cardell
stuff like
Jones
that
took his momentum.
That
into
stuff
the
happens all the
playoffs.
time. That stuff happens a lot in the NFL. You get injured, you get replaced. It's just a next man up syndrome. It happens. And if the person who stepped
That's
up
why I
is
think
better
Urban
than play,
Meyer be a great NFL head coach. I think he'll be a great NFL
Didn't he try
head
that
coach.
once?
No, he never
No.
tried it, but I think he'll be a great NFL head coach because he's dealt with all the talent. Like he's dealt with all those NFL talented players, like in college that are in the pros now.
I think this is his last stop coaching.
I don't know.
This will be it. Because he got the heart condition, so I don't think his body can
I know his heart. I know he has like real bad stress and with his heart and everything. But
so I don't think
I think he'll try it at least one time though.
We'll see.
Yeah, at the end, I think he'll try it at least one time, especially if he wins a few more at Ohio State.
Yeah, maybe. So is Ohio State still in your mind the best team in the country?
Well, after watching Ole Miss beat Alabama,
That was a great game.
Robert Camdici is the real deal. Laquan Treadwell is a first-round pick.
Kim Dichie's #1 on Mel Kiper's big board.
Yeah, no. After that game, he was #1.
So,
everybody was all Joey Bosa.
And Kim Dichie can do it all. Like if you want Kim Dichie to line up in the backfield at running back, he can do that.
Or line up at tight end.
He can do that.
He can do that. He's
he's already
player.
doing that. So
he's an elite two-way player. He's like if you want to compare somebody to a LeBron James athletic freak. Robert Camdici is definitely that on the football field. He is.
So would you say that's the best team in the country right now?
If it came down to it and they're in a playoff system, I think Ole Miss will wipe everybody out. Yes, I think Ole Miss is definitely underrated. Let's see how they make it when they make it to the SEC championship. If they can win that.
Like
I don't think they're underrated. They beat Alabama, and Alabama was like
No, but they're a little underrated though, in a way because.
Because
they don't get all the pub.
Look at the
Ohio
look at the
State
SEC.
and Alabama and all those guys.
When you think of the SEC, who do you think about?
Bama,
Georgia,
LSU, Auburn, not Ole Miss.
Yeah, okay.
Mississippi State even. Dak Prescott.
And when Texas A&M came in
Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football.
Johnny play. He pretty much put them on the map in the SEC.
Right, exactly.
And now they're fourth.
Even
now
Ryan
they're ranked.
Tannehill though.
And right now they're 14th in the country.
Yeah, but I think
they were Big 12.
Yeah, they were in the Big 12.
But didn't they transfer over to the SEC like his last year?
No.
No,
I don't know.
I believe so.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not gonna speculate.
We gotta check that out. That'd be an error.
Like Ole Miss, they're opening up a lot of eyes and.
Yeah, Ole Miss definitely opened a lot of eyes.
You can't say the reign of Bama is over. Like the only time you say the reign of Bama is over is when Nick Saban is not that head
But the
coach.
thing is, for Alabama to get back into the playoffs, Georgia's gonna have to lose, LSU's gonna have to lose, Ole Miss will have to lose. Two of those three teams are gonna have to lose.
Let's talk. Can we talk about USC? Didn't they disappoint you guys last weekend?
No,
in a way?
I mean, I guess, but Kevin Hogan really played well.
But you expect the USC to pretty much beat Stanford in that game, not get pretty much handled by Stanford.
Kevin Hogan was big time in that game. He played big time.
Yeah, and we gotta go. Your number one quarterbacks and coming out of the college football going into the draft. You know, Connor Cook,
He
Christian
still hurt his
Hackenberg,
draft stock.
Kevin Hogan.
Kevin Hogan improved his draft stock during that game. Did you watch the game? He was incredible in that game.
Okay, wow, one game. No one's gonna forget.
But
what
nobody's
he did
talking
against
about.
Northwestern.
We didn't talk about. We didn't talk about that quarterback from Cal. Golf.
Oh yeah.
He's big time. He's probably gonna be the number one quarterback chosen out of this draft coming up, because he's pretty much big time.
I don't know about that one.
You don't think so? You don't think Jared Goff gonna do?
I don't see a quarterback getting drafted before Connor Cook. I feel like Connor Cook is gonna be the first quarterback drafted.
I mean, everybody. I mean, Mel Kiper, all the experts got Goff ahead of Connor Cook. It just depends on about your franchise. I mean, if Connor Cook can go and win the Big Ten championship and get into the playoffs, then I think he might be picked ahead of Goff, because Goff's Cal team is not going to even sniff the playoffs this season.
But yeah, he's got a live arm. He's pretty mobile.
He's like an Aaron Rodgers type.
Yeah.
Quarterback. Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be as good as Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know if he'll be as good as Aaron
There aren't
Rodgers.
that many
But he is
Aaron
an Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers type of talent. Yeah.
There aren't that many Aaron Rodgers walking around.
And for us to say he's an Aaron Rodgers type of talent is pretty special in its own way, you know. So
yeah. So we're gonna segue into we're gonna talk about a couple of the matchups that's coming up today and over the course of the weekend. Michigan BYU.
Michigan's quarterback struggled. I'm losing his name right now. I really am. But what's his name?
Is it Rudock?
Something like that.
Jake from Iowa. He used to play for Iowa.
He's thrown, I think, 5 interceptions so far this season. And
BYU's got a good defense.
BYU's defense is one of the top defenses in the country.
So if you had to pick a team, what are you gonna take?
I'm going with BYU.
I'm going with Michigan.
I'll reluctantly take Michigan.
Because Jim Harbaugh gets the best out of his teams, man.
Ohio State, Western Michigan.
I want to see how Ohio State responds to the critics. I
think Ohio State's gonna
roll the boat. No, that's what Western Michigan says, but no, they're gonna roll the boat right back to Western Michigan, because it's gonna be a tidal wave coming over them. You know, when Ohio State dubs them. Because they're not gonna let two MAC teams compete with them.
Embarrass them on national TV.
Yeah, embarrass them. Yeah, so
2 weeks in a row.
I'm gonna feel sorry for Western Michigan, but they're gonna crush the show.
It's like you said, if they give the ball to Ezekiel Elliott
40 times,
40 times, game over, clutch over.
TCU, Texas Tech.
This is out of all the games this week, this is the one that intrigues me the most. You got Trayvon Boykin against Patrick Mahomes, 2 quarterbacks that are just straight gunslingers. They're right behind each other in the leading the nation in passing. I think Mahomes has a slight edge on Boykin. Only difference here is Boykin's been sacked. Mahomes has not. Texas Tech is one of the only 5 teams in the country who has not given up a sack so far this season.
Wow, that's impressive. I would take TCU. I don't think the game will be close.
You don't think so?
No.
Even with Texas Tech at home, that Lubbock Magic.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean Texas Tech. They've beaten Sam Houston State, UTEP, and then they played Arkansas last week.
They did play Arkansas.
So they beat Arkansas by 11 points. So they might put up a little fight against TCU,
especially at home.
And the way they throw the ball in the end, it might be a little competitive. But I'm gonna take TCU just because I think they're gonna keep the pace. Trayvon Boykin's gonna be.
I expect a high scoring.
Yeah, high scoring.
I'm talking 60 to 57 type
I don't know
matchup
I don't know about that.
Who you got?
I'm going with TCU.
Okay, so we're all on consensus.
TCU. Yeah.
All right, UCLA, Arizona.
The first true.
Scooby Wright's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first true road test for true freshman Josh Rosen. I mean, this is now's the time. It's still early, but now's the time to see can he really live up to the hype? I mean, granted, he's thrown 4 interceptions already this season, but those 4 interceptions are overlooked because his passing is so precise for him to only be 18 years old. Well, I want to see how he handles that Arizona atmosphere because even Marcus Mariota's Oregon teams, when they went into Arizona, they've struggled at Arizona. So Arizona's not a
It used to be a basketball school. Now they do everything.
Exactly. Arizona at home is
and they got Rich Rod.
They're still a basketball school.
Yeah, but they excel in a lot of other sports as well.
Yeah,
and they haven't been as good in basketball as they've been in years past.
I mean,
Arizona
last year they went 31-3, but that's
Yeah,
Arizona,
they haven't
they
won a
beat-
national
They
championship.
beaten Texas, San Antonio, Nevada, and Northern Arizona. So for this to be their first true test against UCLA,
It's not Arizona's first. Like you can't say it's Arizona's first.
It's Arizona's first true test.
It's more
of
so
the year.
Josh Rosen's first true test of the year.
Yeah.
You think so against UCLA? I mean against Arizona. I mean
Arizona at home, yes.
Arizona at home.
Yes.
I think Josh Rosen.
Because
just
have you
fine.
ever seen have you ever seen
deal.
an Arizona game at their house? Like it's loud. It's
Josh
like,
Rosen's
it is
gonna pick up
insane.
that Sammy Watkins hype. You know, when Sammy Watkins started off at Clemson as a freshman, like hot. You know, that's Josh Rosen. He's gonna roll. He's gonna do very well against Arizona at home. I think I disagree with.
I'm taking UCLA too.
I know I'm taking UCLA, but not because of their defense or.
I think it's because
Josh.
I think Josh Rosen's
Josh
big time.
Rosen's big time. I think so too, as well.
Yeah.
So
Who you got?
I'm rolling with UCLA.
UCLA.
So we're consensus.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna talk real quick about the Heisman.
Even though it's early.
It's really early, so just take a pick for the Heisman.
I mean, right now, like I kind of touched on this before the show started. It's a 2-man race. And it's Leonard Fournette from LSU and it's Nick Chubb from Georgia.
Definitely.
They're both sophomores, which is scary. So,
Yep.
and Leonard Fournette last week against Auburn. Oh my God!
Yep.
Did
Both
you
guys
did
licking
you
their
see
chops.
Yeah.
He had like one rush of 40, another one of 27, and he punched one in from a yard. But it was like it's not the distance of those
You know
touchdowns.
what's
It's how he
crazy?
ran. Mel Kiper calls him the next Adrian Peterson.
Dude,
If
Leonard
you watch-
Fournette
They've been looking for
is
the next Adrian Peterson for like.
ridiculous.
If you watch Leonard Fournette run, you will see why. Like he has like an AP mannerism about him, and it's scary.
But the NFL body that Leonard Fournette has, this guy he looks a little bit bigger now, but he kind of had the same body in high school. I feel bad for those little high school players because
That he went
they were
up
getting
against, like,
that he
it's-
was going up against because he was just running over them, dude. And I mean, Leonard Fournette is going to be the next big time running back in the NFL. Yes. He is.
And
He could do
like-
kickoff returns, punt returns. He could do everything on the field, and then you could probably even switch him over to defense, and he could play a mean middle linebacker. That's how good
And not to
Leonard
sleep-
Fournette is.
not to sleep
Not
on
even
Nick
free
Chubb.
safety.
Like Nick Chubb, that boy can ball too. Like
I think it's a lot to do with that offensive line.
I
being
think
super good.
Nick Chubb. He went on the stretch. He was like 9 straight games of over 100 yards or something like that. But it was like,
Oh,
dude
man.
can ball.
Yeah,
I mean,
Nick
Jordan-
Chubb is woo,
That boy, hey,
woo.
why y'all
Hey,
like
he's not as good as Todd Gurley though.
well,
I mean,
Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley is
Todd Gurley.
is really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he
was
just had the
super-
knee problems, but
Todd Gurley.
it looks like Nick Chubb is pretty
Nick-
darn good
Yeah.
in his own right.
But Georgia, they have a really good offensive line, so they just kind of churn out these running backs that are.
It's like
super good.
Yeah.
but it's like with both of them, it's like I kind of feel it's like you can't like their arm tackles don't bring them down. If you get like that kind of like both players are like
Yeah, that's because the fundamentals seem to be lacking in college. So like you're playing against like players that are probably not going to go pro most of the time when you're playing a defense, and yeah, so like you're going to put up big time numbers as a running back.
well like
because-
like both teams are in the SEC like those like
yeah, they're in
yeah.
the SEC. Yeah,
like the SEC is like
it's like the number
Not-
one
yeah.
spot for the talent.
it's
pool
like pretty
in
much
the
like
NFL.
it's like the way people talk about the SEC is like the SEC is like the level down from the NFL.
Right. Yeah. They're-
Like
they're
people
basically
like when the Lions went defeated, they thought that
Undefeated.
whatever team could won the national,
Alabama.
yeah, they thought they could get beaten by Alabama.
Like
that year.
if the
They
NFL
probably well have.
like if the
They
NFL
could have low key.
like if the NFL is like all Madden,
Yeah.
the SEC is all pro.
Yeah, all pro, definitely.
So
All
it's
right.
like-
Well, on that note, let's switch over to the NFL. So we got some teams that haven't won a game. So we're gonna go with you for panic or patience for those teams that haven't won a game yet. We're gonna start with Seattle. Would you be panicking or would
Patient.
you be patient?
I'll be patient.
Panic. I'm gonna be patient too, because I think.
I mean, like the only problem is like, what?
You said of what teams? Let me see.
we're just doing one. Seattle. Like if you were, they're
Oh, in the NFL,
they're
okay.
0-2 right now. Would you be panicking or would you be patient?
No, because you know what? Seattle started off slow last season, and then they caught a little
And
bit of
they
heat.
got Cam Chancellor back, the leader of
Yeah,
that
they
defense.
just got Cam Chancellor back this week, so let's see. I mean, this is gonna be a good way to get the win on the board because they're going against the Bears. So
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, like
No Jay Cutler.
the
So
only
you're-
thing I would be concerned about is Jimmy Graham. Like it has been known
Marshawn
and
Lynch,
established
that injury.
and like resaid 100 times. Jimmy Graham is not happy in Seattle.
He's not.
But
at
they're not.
all.
They're not
Yeah,
using him.
I
They're not
agree
using
with
him
you.
effectively.
he
They're
is
like
not-
they're having
Russell
him.
Wilson's
They're
not
having
getting him the ball.
They're having him block like way too much. Like you have Jimmy
that's
Graham.
not
Like
him. He is not happy.
you have
in
Jimmy Graham and you
Seattle.
have him block.
It's
Like,
just the
at
way.
all.
It's the way they're using. It's the way he's using. Pete Carroll's using a tight end. You know, they've never really had a tight end in
Yeah.
that system. Anyways, they've always had the little
Luke Wilsons.
fast wide receivers and hitting up the seams.
I think Doug Baldwin's
I mean-
gonna have a big game against us.
I mean, Jimmy Graham. If Russell Wilson doesn't start getting learning ways to get Jimmy Graham in spots to get him the ball and get him touchdowns to get him yards, he may very well request a trade at the end of the season. You know, because
All right, so
Jimmy Graham.
New Orleans, panic or patience? I'm panicking.
I'm panicking.
New Orleans definitely. I'm panicking.
Drew
for
Brees
Drew
New
Brees is
Orleans.
hurt. They got a bunch of guys injured on that
But
team.
they weren't even that great to begin with. So
Yeah, but it's Drew Brees. You expect Drew Brees, Sean
what are
Payton,
we
like
panicking for? We knew they weren't going to make the playoffs.
I thought that. I think they.
I think the panic happened in the offseason when they lost Jimmy Graham. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Why would you not find a way to keep him?
I think it's more about they wanted to. I think they wanted to boost their offensive line, and the only trading chip they really had was Jimmy Graham, and they were able to.
because
flip
like
him.
Darren Sproles had
But
already
look
already
what
gone.
the Cowboys been building their line through the draft.
Yeah, Detroit panic or
So you
patience.
just gonna skip over Chicago, huh? Like
Yeah, the Bears are. They're irrelevant this season.
to you.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, well,
No, I mean like I'm a Bear fan, sort of, but like
You're a Bear fan that wants Christian Hackenberg. You're not.
the Bears are the Bears are totally irrelevant this season. Like they're totally irrelevant. Their defense is terrible. Jay Cutler's injured now. Like it's just a downhill. Like we may go defeated this season. We may go defeated.
no.
We may finish the season defeated.
You guys might get 6 wins. This
No,
season.
I
because
think
Matt Forte is gonna have a
What Bear
all-pro
fan
year.
says we're gonna lose every game?
we're gonna go defeated.
Legit? What Bear fan says that? Like,
I'm
honestly.
telling you, I watch the Bears. We cannot compete with anybody in the league right now.
I don't know what curse the Bears have, but they just cannot find a quarterback to just be consistently good. I mean, the Bears thought they had one in Cutler, and
Not since Eric
he
Kramer.
is not since
Jim
Eric
McMahon.
Kramer. You see that? I mean, not since Jim McMahon and
Eric
Walter
Kramer.
Payton as well. I mean, come on. You're talking about Eric Kramer. He didn't even win anything.
Yeah, but he was still fun for a couple
Jim
seasons.
McMahon. I mean, who was the McMahon? The Michigan State quarterback, Miller.
Oh, please.
Jim Miller. And who was the other guy?
We had a lot of guys that
Man,
were
a lot
just
of
fun.
Moses Moreno,
Henry Burris.
Henry Burris, Cordell Stewart.
I
They
think
tried to
Dan,
run
I
the
think,
option.
I think Dan Lefevre played for us for a little while.
Craig Krenzel. Oh my God, Craig Krenzel was
Sexy
Kyle
Rexy.
Sexy Rexy.
Kyle Orton.
Oh
Rex-
my God, KO.
That team wasn't even Grossman's team. That was like
Jonathan
That was
Quinn.
Brian Urlacher.
That was Urlacher's team. That's when we were the monsters of the
Jonathan
Midway.
Quinn.
Jonathan Quinn, oh my goodness! What was it? Terry Shoup was like, "Oh, I love him because he
knows the offense.
He knows the offense very well." Like, no, dude, he had no talent.
All right, so that's enough about the Bears.
Okay, no.
Detroit, panic or patience?
Panic.
I'm gonna be patient if I'm
I'm
Detroit.
panic.
I mean, they played two pretty
Because
good
the same thing
teams.
you say about Cutler, you can say about Stafford. Like, and Stafford's beat up. Like Stafford's
injured
So was
right now.
Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson just looks like he's
Lost a
lumbering
step.
out there.
Looks like he's
A
lost a
little bit,
step.
man. Like, he's lost a step, right,
He is getting up there and age.
Like the same,
Like
like,
he's not a spring chicken like he was.
like legit, like the
I don't
same.
think he's the best wide receiver
Like,
anymore.
I
I gotta go with
That's
Julio
Des
Jones.
Bryant.
on
That's
that.
Antonio Brown is the best receiver.
Des
in the league.
Bryant.
Julio
Before-
Jones.
Antonio Brown
Antonio
is-
Brown
Des
is
Bryant.
because he can slip in. Antonio Brown
Bryant.
is really a slot receiver. Let's put it like
Des
Antonio
that.
Bryant.
Brown.
And
Antonio
he's-
Brown is big time.
Des
He's
Bryant.
big time, but he could play in any position,
Yeah.
any slot outside. But Julio Jones is big time on the
Des
outside.
Bryant.
He can throw. Des Bryant. He's
Des
hurt
Bryant.
right now, so I'm gonna go with he's
Des
not
Bryant.
playing right now.
So Philly, are you panicking or are you being patient? I'm panicking.
I'm panicking with Philly.
Their offense looks terrible. That
No,
DeMarco Murray has like 11 yards rushing through
What
3 games. or 2
Chip
games.
Kelly needs to do
They're not a
is
power running team.
no. What Chip Kelly needs to do is stop trying to make DeMarco Murray like run east and west and just send him down the gut.
He's a one-cut black.
He's a one-cut, like, exactly.
Exactly. That's what I said. They're not a power running team. They're east to west. They're not a north to south like how Dallas Cowboys was. So he's not running downhill.
And their offensive line isn't blocking for anybody.
If you wanted a running back to run east to west, you should have kept LaShawn McCoy. Okay, but you went and got DeMarco Murray, a big-time downhill running back who just broke records in Dallas a season ago, and now you're just running him off shotgun, and that's not option, and it's not gonna work. They're not gonna work.
Their offense just doesn't look.
Sam
insane.
Bradford hasn't played in real game reps in like how many years?
Yeah, but Sam Bradford, either way, he doesn't look comfortable, and his receivers have been underperforming.
Matthews has been pretty consistent.
He's had a lot of drops.
He's had a lot of receptions in garbage time as well.
Yeah. They're totally irrelevant.
Yeah,
so if you're the Colts,
he's good fantasy.
I'm patient.
I'm being patient. In the Colts, if panic or patient. If you're the Colts, I'm gonna be patient because their division's terrible. They should win it by default.
And then, not to mention Andrew Luck, like your first 2 weeks, Buffalo, Jets.
He's not going to play a defense like that for a while.
He's going against Tennessee today, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow.
I'm being patient if I'm the Colts. They should win that division by default because they're those teams in the division. Like we don't know what they really are because they're unproven.
I mean, unless the AFC South is going to turn into the NFC South, then that's when you panic.
Let's see if Marcus Mariota can sustain this pretty good.
He didn't play that good last week.
I mean, he played okay.
He was all right.
He was okay.
I guess. All right, Ravens. Yeah, I'm panicking. I'm panicking if I'm the Ravens.
They just lost T Sizzle.
Yeah, I'm panicking if I'm the Ravens. Their offense. They have one weapon on offense right now, and Steve Smith, and that's pretty much it.
Justin Forsett, man.
He's not playing well.
Yeah, he's not.
He got paid and not playing well. They're waiting for Rashad Berman to come back.
Perriman.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Forsett is like.
He's a nice player, but he's not like a franchise running back.
Yeah, he's not a franchise. He's a backup running back who caught fire last season, took advantage of his reps.
It's not the first time it's happened for Justin Forsett. He was like the backup to Arian Foster, I think, one season, and he like tore it up.
Yeah, so they definitely did.
I mean, they did just lose to Oakland, so.
But Oakland's gonna be better this season.
And they lost.
They're not going to be that much better, but they
lost to Oakland on a game-winning drive too. Like
David Carr
drove the field, like marched down the field and got a touchdown with 12 seconds left. So
I
would panic.
So now we're going to go back over to the positive side. So there are some teams that are still undefeated right now.
Yes.
So 2 things: which of these undefeated teams do you think will not make the playoffs? And which undefeated team do you think will be undefeated the longest?
Okay, the Jets aren't going to make the playoffs, and New England's going to stay undefeated the longest.
I think Carolina isn't going to make the playoffs because I just don't see 2 teams from that particular division making the playoffs. Carolina, I think eventually this Cam Newton stuff he's gonna like get hurt. Or
definitely Dallas is going to lose this week. Definitely.
Yeah,
I mean Brandon Whedon's.
And I think Atlanta is going to be the team to stay undefeated the longest.
Atlanta
seems like
Atlanta's
big time, dude. Like they're
decent.
Yeah, they're like.
I mean, it's going to come down to Atlanta and Carolina this season, and it's going to be pretty fun to watch the NFC South.
I mean, I say New England's going to stay undefeated the longest because 1, you never bet against Brady. 2, you never bet against Brady, and 3, you never bet against Tom Brady.
I just think. I think that division is. I think that division
has some pretty good.
That division's good. Like they have a good division. Like I think eventually they're going to lose a game.
Yeah, they've had a good division for how long?
Not that long. Come on, dude.
Like
Miami's up and coming. Buffalo's always been kind of terrible. And the Jets have no offense whatsoever. And now they have the beard, so they have some offense.
Buffalo is like always started off pretty good, and then they just go cold in the middle of the season. So.
But I think Atlanta. I think that division isn't all that good. So I could see them winning a lot of games in their own division. So I think Atlanta is going to be undefeated the longest, in my opinion.
And the only team that's in Cincinnati's way is Pittsburgh. So
I think Green Bay.
I think Green Bay could possibly lose one day against
the Chiefs.
I think an angry Kansas City team. Yes.
What do you call Alex Smith? The anti-Miss Frizzle. He doesn't take risks. He doesn't get dirty.
He doesn't take chances. He doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't get dirty.
I mean, and Green Bay is at home, so.
Man, Alex Smith, man, he does not make mistakes. But that's why their offense isn't as explosive as it should be because he doesn't throw downfield.
Yeah, I know.
And so I think Green Bay has a pretty.
But they have
defense.
I think
Jamal Charles has to protect the ball better.
He's gonna have a big game against.
I mean,
you guys,
look what Forte did to Green Bay, like 142 yards. Like even though it was a loss.
Yeah, but then you got to think on the other side, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but Kansas City has a pretty good defense.
Like Kansas City front seven, that's nasty.
Yeah,
Justin Houston.
Green Bay's offensive line, that's
much
nasty.
better. Much
They're
improved.
pretty good too.
Much improved.
And then you getting Eddie Lacy back. I know, albeit he's coming off an ankle injury.
Justin Houston's gonna introduce himself to Aaron Rodgers a couple times.
I don't think he's gonna get this. Nah, dude, come on.
Are you kidding?
Aaron Rodgers is so good, dude. Like
he's gonna
God,
get 3
y'all treat Aaron Rodgers
him.
like he's God.
He is God.
He's human.
He is
he's human.
Aaron Rodgers is not human. Like he's built in
Robotnik.
Like they went into a lab and built him. Like He's like LeBron of the NFL.
Like he's like the LeBron of the NFL.
Like they
leave.
Show
is over. Show's done. Show's over. Leave. After that statement, leave. Show is over.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, I'm serious, dude. Aaron Rodgers is like so ridiculously good. He's like the LeBron. Like Aaron Rodgers doesn't get stopped. He stops himself.
What's the next team?
No, that's it. You gotta pick your team you think will undefeated the longest.
Oh no, I said. You know what, man? Denver looks. I like Denver to kind of go undefeated, maybe the longest, because I think Denver has a pretty good defense, and then they haven't caught fire, offensively yet. So wait till they start scoring a lot of points.
They may have the best defense in the league.
Yeah, their defense is really big time. Denver's defense is really big time. If you're playing fantasy and you're playing Denver's defense this week, I think they're gonna get double-digit points. Just to say that.
Well, TJ doesn't play fantasy, so we're not gonna talk about fantasy.
Oh no! Oh, damn.
All right, so week 3 matchups. We're gonna make our picks. I took it on the chin last week with my picks. I didn't there were so many upsets last week that I couldn't have predicted, and I didn't pick very well. Dallas, Atlanta. I'm taking the Falcons. No Tony Romo, no Des Bryant equals no win for Dallas.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, how do you?
You just said it. Next matchup.
All right, so you guys want Atlanta too?
Yeah, I'm gonna go
sweep
Atlanta,
it. Yeah. Indianapolis and the Titans. I'm gonna take the Colts. This would be my lock of the week.
Not my lock of the week, not at all.
Yeah,
That's gonna be New England, Jacksonville. New England's gonna be a lock.
Definitely.
Of the week on that. That's a lock.
All right,
lock it up on that.
Oakland and the Cleveland.
Oakland.
I'm gonna take Oakland.
Josh
McCown is starting at quarterback.
I don't like how Cleveland's messing with Johnny football. Like the guy was pretty much playing out of his mind. And like Josh McCown comes back and you just give the ball back to him. No,
we just had this we just had this conversation about Cardell Jones and JT Barrett, and you had like an issue with it. Josh McCown was the starter here. He got injured, and then he loses his job to Johnny Manziel. And we just talked about how you think you.
But Johnny Manziel's better than Josh McCown.
But Josh McCown was the starter, so he gets injured, he loses his job. No,
but Manziel should have been the starter from the get-go. Manziel's better than McCown.
I don't think they want to make that almost mistake kind of Matt Flynn and then Russell Wilson is your backup. Put him. Oh, he's gonna start and then you win the Super Bowl. Maybe that could happen with Johnny, but I don't think that would happen with Johnny.
Manziel's better than McCown.
I'm taking the Raiders.
Yeah.
Cincinnati and the Ravens. I'm gonna take the Ravens, but I don't feel great about it.
I'm taking Cincinnati.
I'm gonna go. This is the week that Baltimore wins one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Yeah, I'll go with the Ravens.
Jacksonville at
I already said it. New England's my lock of the week.
I'm taking New England.
Yeah, sweep that up too.
New Orleans and Carolina. I'll take New Orleans, I'm taking Carolina. Drew Brees is injured. He's not gonna play. I don't think.
Carolina.
Let's see. Jets and Philadelphia. I'm taking the Eagles, but I do not feel good about it at all.
Taking the Jets.
I'm gonna take the Jets. Man, Ryan Fitzpatrick is
taking
playing
the Jets.
like a young Alex Smith. You know, he's not turning the ball over. He's finding his wide receivers.
And young Alex Smith.
Fear the
I mean,
beard.
well, I'm not young, but
Oh,
I mean, like rejuvenated looking like Alex Smith.
You know the beard has been in the league a while.
A long time.
No, I'm not talking about he's not. I'm saying he's looking like young Alex, like
Oh.
Alex Smith is
I got
young
you.
still.
No worries.
Yeah.
All right, so all right, Tampa Bay and Houston. I'm gonna take the Texans.
I don't like neither one of them.
Jameis Winston just came off a pretty good game where everybody said
Against
that
New
New Orleans.
Orleans.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
that New Orleans was gonna trash him.
I ain't say
I thought
trash,
so
said
too.
beat.
Yeah,
so-
you thought New Orleans was gonna trash
Yeah.
him last week. So
In the Superdome,
Jameis-
I figured, you know,
yeah, no, Jameis played pretty good. He's gonna play pretty good against Houston too. They got a pretty good defense though. So
San Diego and the Vikings.
Minnesota.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
I'm gonna go take the Chargers too. The Bolts.
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. Danny Woodhead.
Pittsburgh and the Rams. I'm taking the Steelers. I think that offense is just so good.
I'm still
And
trying
they
to-
got Le'Veon Bell back now.
I'm still trying to
Yeah.
figure St. Louis out. You play
Cost me both my confidence picks.
you play out of your mind
Mm-mm.
against Seattle, and then you go to Washington, and you're like, you like that team that went 2-14
You
a couple
let
years ago.
you let Matt Jones run for 100 yards on you. Like what?
Like who? But yeah, I'm going with Pittsburgh.
49ers and Arizona
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals. Definitely Cardinals. They're gonna Colin Kaepernick and that defense isn't looking so hot.
Bills and the Dolphins. I'm taking the Bills. And if I had to pick an upset special, this would be it.
Why is this an upset?
Miami's projected to be a better team overall.
Yeah,
Buffalo.
Ryan Tannehill is a better quarterback than whatever the Bills got thrown out there.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
I don't know. He almost let that comeback against New England. So
It wasn't that close. But it was. Yeah,
It
but
was
they got down by a lot.
Yeah,
and they lost by 8. It was 40-13.
I'm gonna go with Miami in
I'm
this
going
one.
with Buffalo.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Miami in with this one.
The
Go
Bears
against you guys, yeah.
and the Hawks. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Seahawks definitely.
Yeah, I
You can
think
sweep that up.
in-
Definitive
in-
sweep.
In Seattle, it's going to be a rout.
It's pretty much going to be
Mm.
the Seattle's pretty much going to put 8 in the box because Jimmy Clausen can't throw a deep ball. In.
Jimmy,
So Matt Forte is gonna get the ball.
Matt Forte is going to get the ball a lot.
Yeah. He's definitely
and more than just running the ball. It's pretty much Matt Forte is going to get the ball. Running the ball, he's going to get screen passes.
You know who they used to compare Jimmy Clausen to when he was coming out of high school and the college?
Cheddar Bob from 8 Mile.
Man, no, he looked like Cheddar Bob from 8 Mile. John Elway. They were calling his guy the next John Elway, and look at his career, man. He went to Notre Dame.
He's 1-8 as a starter in the NFL.
He went to Notre Dame, and he just was underwhelming. He went to
Carolina.
He went to Carolina.
Got
He
drafted by
the
Carolina.
backup.
Lost the job to Derek Anderson.
Yeah,
Derek Anderson.
Who then lost the
Jimmy
job to
Clausen.
Cam Newton.
Yeah.
That's your quarterback this weekend. So suck it up, Bears fans.
He's 1-8 as a starter.
You're gonna get her out this weekend.
Yeah, he's gonna throw 5 picks.
Break down the dams.
Denver, Detroit.
I'm taking the Broncos.
Broncos, definitely Broncos.
I do think this game will be close. Because
Detroit's got a pretty. They got some weapons.
yeah, but their defense.
But
isn't
can
all that good.
Stafford give them the ball? Stafford's
He's injured right now. He's got a
bruised ribs.
Yeah.
He's
They're
one,
not they say
he's
that
one hit away
he's
from
gonna
broken ribs.
he's
Who's
gonna
their backup?
I don't have a clue. John Kitna.
Because he's always their backup. Somehow
And
John
he
Kitna be rolled out there in a
and-
freaking wheelchair.
And he 50.
I think it might be Dan Orlovsky, the guy that ran out of the back of the end zone.
Orlovsky.
Either him or
still?
Sean
Wow.
Hill.
No, Sean Hill's in.
St. Louis.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Oh my goodness.
Look it up real quick. We're gonna talk about the next game. Kansas City and Green Bay. I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I just want to. I don't know. I just feel like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kansas City in spite of Green Bay, just because I have to.
Green Bay all the way.
Like
that
I said,
one.
Justin Houston's gonna introduce himself to Aaron Rodgers a couple times. On
Yeah, it's
Monday.
Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, I told you.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy that ran out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
That was the
Maybe
highlight
he
of that
had
0-16 season.
That was a highlight of that guy's
Wow.
career.
You ran out,
16.
you ran out of bounds.
If they finish the season defeated.
Oh man.
Which the Bears might do this year.
They
man.
won't. Shut up.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can't imagine them winning a game. Especially Jimmy Clausen's our starting quarterback for any kind of conceivable amount of time. It's just gonna be a shit show.
Oh man.
It's gonna be just bad, just all around.
We don't have any beeps.
We're gonna lose to Seattle. We're gonna lose to Seattle by 80. Like they're gonna wipe the floor with us. The game might be over by the time the first quarter is over.
But I mean, out of all these games, I think the most intriguing one to me would be.
I get what.
Well, I would say Cincinnati, Baltimore. Yeah, I was thinking that.
Baltimore hasn't won a game.
And Indianapolis and Tennessee, because if Indianapolis goes 0-3, now you're definitely kind of pushing the panic button. Because you're like,
and you would have
what's
lose a
going
game,
on
and
here?
you would lose a game in the division.
In the division too, and then to a young Tennessee team. I mean,
who have some their defense is not to be slept on.
Yeah,
they got Brian Arakpo, who's
to me,
injured a lot, but
to me the KC Green Bay game.
I
like Pittsburgh, St. Louis. I want to see which St. Louis defense shows up.
KC might still be shook.
How about which Pittsburgh team shows up?
That too.
I mean, you could have the high flying attack that showed up last week, or the one that showed up against New England.
And for St. Louis, are you gonna have that defense that showed up against Seattle, or are you gonna have the one that gave up 100 yards to Matt Jones? Who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
8001.
I mean, yeah. Out of all those games, and then 49ers. I mean, they're oh,
don't worry about it.
Yeah, 49ers against Arizona's. You think that'll be a good game?
No.
I think Arizona's gonna rout them. You think Carson Palmer's gonna throw two touchdowns?
That's the thing I like about the NFC West. Like their divisional games are always good.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Like it's gonna be. It's honestly it's gonna be a defensive matchup because like San Fran's defense, like how like although it's not as elite as it been in like the past like recent years. Like their defense still isn't something to be like taken lightly.
They got Navarro Bowman, but they got a little exposed last week.
Man, how about wait? We're not even talking about Thursday night's matchup.
New York. There's nothing to talk about. No, I'm just saying,
New York and
who
they go get?
The Redskins.
New York and the Redskins. Yeah. Kirk Cousins
is not a franchise quarterback.
Come on, man.
Y'all know how Ryan Clark a couple weeks ago said Trent Richardson is the worst running back in the NFL.
What? History? I can't even. But when he was at Alabama, he was making plays.
Stop. Let me do this. I don't know how many listeners we got, but like, listen to me. Hear me out. Kirk Cousins is the worst quarterback
ever.
No.
Not ever. No. He's adequate.
Do you remember that
he's
we
a backup
quarterback? We started Jonathan Quinn? A couple of games?
Ever.
Well, on that lovely note, I think the Triangle is going to sign off. We'll be back here next Saturday and every Saturday until the end of the semester. So from TJ, Israel, and David, signing off. Peace out, guys. Have a good weekend.